Are you ready for some real football?
2012 Chiefs training camp, St. Joe, Missouri Western University. Dave Barr and Nick Athan from Warpaint TV. Quite a day. Running backs had a pretty good day today. I mean, when you talk about Jamal Charles, Peyton Hillis, Cyrus Gray had a great day. Drone had a great day. Not just running the ball, but catching the ball out of the backfield, too. Pretty good day for running backs.
It was a great day. I mean, Jamal Charles had a terrific day, too. He made some nice runs. But Cyrus Gray, I mean, he did a couple of plays today that, you just don't see a running back coming out of the backfield able to do a fly pattern down the sidelines like he was able to do. Of course, it was a great throw by the quarterback as well. But, Drone, I really haven't put that much effort into looking at what he can or can't do. And, I was really surprised by his talents too. I think that what this shows is the Chiefs' offense is going to swing on their running backs. I mean, this is what's going to be the driving force behind this offense, whether they're running or they're out in pass coverage. But what I love about what Brian Daboll's doing is he's teaching these guys to do different things. They line up at different positions. We saw Peyton Hillis, what you mentioned,
five different spots,
5 different spots today. And when you have that kind of versatility and you have that kind of open-mindedness of your offensive coordinator to take the strengths of your players, I think that's a great move. I really love what I saw today in the running backs.
The interesting part about what you see, we mentioned Hillis lining up 5 different formations, is the fact that they're going to put pressure on the safeties. And so while you may see 2 backs, it's not going to be your traditional fullback, tailback in the eye. Right. Hillis can play the kind of that H-back position a little bit, out of the backfield, do some different things. It begs the question then at that point, Dexter McCluster's not a running back. They're trying him a wide receiver. His place is a very tenuous one, in my opinion, a very tenuous one right now in training camp. They're trying to find a place for him, but they draft running backs, they sign running backs, they draft receivers, and Dexter McCluster continues to fall behind those guys.
Nothing would surprise me what happens to him at the end of the season, including being reunited with Todd Haley out in Pittsburgh is a possibility. But I think for right now, I think Brian Daboll's trying to find that spot for him. I'm not sure what that spot is. I'm not sure if that spot exists. But he does have talent, and I think as an insurance policy, you've got some young guys they're counting on, in Wiley in particular, who looked very good today as well.
Yeah.
I mean, his maturation process from the OTAs and minicamps, it's not even looking at the same player. He looked like Wes Welker today, and I know that comparison's going to haunt him the rest of his career no matter what happens. But with Dexter, I mean, it's probably 60-40 he makes this roster right now, and he's going to have to make plays. He didn't look very good out there as a wide receiver today, but they threw a lot of short routes. They didn't really let him spread the field. But he just doesn't seem to have that burst of flying speed that we saw before.
Lots of crossing routes, getting the ball underneath, trying to get in space. Again, pressuring the safety to come up or a linebacker to come up and make a play. The other interesting part about this offense is you talked about the maturation of Wiley, the rookie from Fresno. Jonathan Baldwin's a freak.
Oh, my God.
And look, here's a guy really taking advantage of Dwayne Bowe not being in camp.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a man crush. I certainly have one of Jonathan Baldwin. I mean, just
for good reason.
For good reason, too. I mean, the plays he was making today, the way he stretched the field. It's one thing to be strong, but it's another thing to have some speed, and he's got decisive speed. He had that at Pittsburgh, but, he didn't have the quarterback play in Pittsburgh that really could elevate his game to his superstar status. He is the number 1 wide receiver right now. If Dwayne Bowe even comes back, and maybe he's itching to get back on the field, and once he hears how good Jonathan Baldwin is, if those 2 guys can coexist in this offense, wow, it's going to be impressive. But for right now, Jonathan Baldwin is the number 1 receiver, and I don't see, even with Bowe coming back at this point, that he can supplant him right now.
Let's talk about defense real quick before we get out of here. Brandon Flowers, a great day today, breaking up passes, athletic. You talk about a guy that has matured and really taking a leadership role in that secondary. Kendrick Lewis was some nice plays today as well. Root was some nice plays today. The secondary, to me, is a question mark going into the season, particularly because of depth.
Right.
But those 3 guys in particular today had really good afternoons here.
They had great afternoons. Brandon Flowers he's acting like an All-Pro. He's walking the walk. He's got the paycheck now. He has no more excuses to be an All-Pro type of cornerback, and I think Stanford Route has played well. Eric Berry got a little taste today, which was good to see. Kendrick Lewis, another guy who struggled last year without his mate there, to be able to have an effective defense in the secondary. Travis Daniels, another guy. I mean, he just kind of lingers. He's been in the league 4 or 5 years now. He's that kind of player that I think could have an impact on this defense from a backup role. I still think when it's all said and done, depending on how Jaleel Brown works out, they're probably going to bring another veteran cornerback in at some point, and I think that's definitely something that they have to look at.
For the second day in pads, Warpaint TV live from Missouri Western 2012 Chiefs training camp. For Nick Athan, I'm Dave Barr. Thanks for coming along.
Don't miss another edition of Warpaint Illustrated the magazine. To get your subscription today, call 888-979-0979. That's 888-979-0979, or check out warpaintillustrated.com.